Imagine waking up tomorrow to a notification on your phone. It's not from a friend. It's not a news alert. It's a message from an AI telling you the exact date you're going to die. Would you look? Or would you delete it without reading? This isn't science fiction anymore. Right now, AI systems can predict your death with 78% accuracy. Welcome to What If AI, where we explore the future that's already here. Meet Life2Vec, an AI developed by the Technical University of Denmark that analyzed health records and life events from 6 million people. The result? It can predict mortality among people aged 35 to 65 with 78% accuracy. That's better than most human doctors. But Life2Vec isn't alone. Imperial College London created an AI ECG system that reads your heartbeat patterns, something as simple as an electrocardiogram, and calculates your 10-year death risk with the same 78% accuracy. And the UK Biobank? Their deep learning models hit 64% accuracy for predicting premature death from cancer and heart disease. These aren't experimental prototypes. They're peer-reviewed, published research. The technology exists. The question is, what happens when it becomes accessible? Let's run a simulation. You're 32 years old. You download an app, let's call it Lifespan. You upload your medical records, fitness data, genetic information. The AI processes everything in seconds. Then it shows you a date, November 9th, 2067. That's your predicted death date, 42 years from now. You'll be 74. But here's the twist. The AI also shows you variables. If you quit smoking, add 6 years. If you exercise 4 times a week, add 3 years. If you reduce stress, add 2 years. Suddenly, your death isn't fixed. It's a probability tree with branches you can control. Or can you? Here's where it gets dark. Studies show that knowing your death date could trigger severe anxiety, depression, even fatalistic behavior. Why eat healthy if you're dying at 45 anyway? Why save for retirement if you won't make it to 60? But there's another problem: algorithmic bias. Life2Vec was trained primarily on Danish citizens. What happens when you apply it to someone from a completely different culture, healthcare system, or genetic background? The AI might be 78% accurate for some people and wildly wrong for others. And who gets access to this data? Your insurance company could deny you coverage because the AI predicts you'll die young. Your employer might pass you over for promotion because you're a bad long-term investment. Your partner might leave you because the algorithm says you have 5 years left. The irony? The AI doesn't predict your death. It predicts the death of someone like you based on patterns. But once you know that prediction, you might change your behavior so drastically that the prediction becomes wrong. Or worse, self-fulfilling. Now scale this up. What if everyone had access to death prediction, AI? Society would fracture into 2 groups: the long livers who get favorable predictions and the short-timers who don't. Dating apps would filter by predicted lifespan. Jobs would require death date disclosure. Loans would be denied based on mortality risk. But here's the paradox. If everyone starts making healthier choices because of their predictions, the overall accuracy of the AI drops. The system is designed to predict behavior in a world where people don't know their death dates. Once they know, the entire model collapses. And what about people who get a death date that's tomorrow? Next week, would we create a new class of terminally predicted individuals? Would they get special treatment? Or would society abandon them as lost causes? This brings us to the ultimate question. If an AI can predict your death with 78% accuracy, do you actually have free will? Think about it. The AI isn't magic. It's pattern recognition. It's saying, based on millions of people who lived like you, made choices like you, had health markers like you, this is when they died. You're not special. You're a data point. But here's the twist that breaks the simulation. The moment you receive that prediction, you're no longer the person the AI analyzed. You now have information that changes your decision-making process. You've become an outlier in your own dataset. So maybe the real power of death prediction AI isn't telling you when you'll die. It's forcing you to confront whether you're living the life you actually want. Because if you knew you had 40 years left, would you spend them differently than if you had 4? So here's my question for you. If that notification appeared on your phone right now, an AI-generated death date with 78% accuracy, would you look? Because that technology exists. And it's only getting more accurate. The question isn't whether AI can predict your death. It's whether you want to know. Drop your answer in the comments. Look or delete. And if you're fascinated by the futures we're building, or terrified by them, subscribe to What If AI, because the simulation is just getting started.